Greetings everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. I have seen many people commenting that they are not sure what Mythic Path to use with the new Shifter class and its archetypes. In this video I will review mechanics in each Mythic Path that I believe synergize well with the class and give you an example of how you could roleplay that combination. If you need a breakdown of Shifter mechanics, there's a link in the description to my video reviewing that class. Also, in case I go over mechanics from the base classes that you are unfamiliar with, there is a link to my video walking through all 25 base class mechanics. Let's go ahead and get started with the Aeon Mythic Path. Aeon gets one of the strongest list of immunities a Mythic Path can provide. By Mythic level 9, your entire party will be immune to poison, disease, confusion, and mind-affecting effects. In addition, you will be individually immune to bleed, ability damage, ability drain, curse effects, and death effects. That's a big defensive boost and makes things much easier for your party on higher difficulties. Aeons can give their natural weapons the Bane effect, providing an enhancement bonus of up to +3 and up to 46 points of additional damage. Every Bane attack will also attempt to dispel effects from the target you hit, and over time this will become a greater dispel, which could potentially strip multiple powerful buffs from your opponent. Once per mythic level, you will also get Enforcing Gazes that can be activated with a free action. These abilities provide a bonus to your entire team while applying a debuff to all your enemies unless they pass a will save. Some are very useful for shifters, such as increases to attack, damage, and miss chances for enemy attacks. There's also a gaze that lets you and the entire team re-roll missed attacks once per round, and by mythic level 9, you'll be able to activate 2 gazes at one time. There are also a few Aeon spells that can help you. At spell level 3, Relativity will haste all of your allies while slowing your enemies, which is clearly a very powerful 1-2 punch. Starlight will suppress enemy invisibility effects while giving all attacks against your allies a 20% miss chance. At spell level 4, Edict of Predetermination will make you roll an 11 on all d20 rolls for up to 4 rounds. Incredibly useful if you are pumping out a ton of attacks and know an 11 is enough to bypass the enemy's armor. Uncertainty Principle will give you a 50% miss chance and allow you to teleport as a swift action, which is useful for those times when you want to reach a target but cannot charge. At spell level 5, Thought Sense will give you blind sight for 60 feet, essentially negating the need to worry about enemy concealment. At spell level 6, Edict of Impenetrable Forces will make you invulnerable to all physical damage for up to 3 rounds. At spell level 7, Edict of Invulnerability combines Edict of Impenetrable Forces and Edict of Perseverance, which suppresses negative mental or physical effects. Perfect Form makes all of your ability scores equal to your highest one before modifiers. Overall, Aeon is a very strong choice, both mechanically and thematically, since most shifters have to maintain a neutral alignment anyway. An interesting way to roleplay this path would be as Big B Wolf from the Fables comic series and the Wolf Among Us Telltale game. Originally, he was the big bad wolf, well known for terrorizing his neighbors, but now he serves as a detective, using his claws and animal form to uphold the law. Next, let's talk about the Angel Mythic Path. Sword of Heaven gives all of your weapon attacks an additional 2d6 holy damage, and keep in mind holy damage cannot be resisted by creatures of an evil alignment. This buff counts towards natural attacks, however keep in mind it only counts for your primary attacks, so it's even more important for you to use Shifter's Fury to take advantage of this functionality. Sword of Heaven has upgrades that make it last longer, maximize the damage increase, deal weapon damage to all nearby enemies, gain additional attack and damage rolls against demons, and get a permanent haste effect that provides 2 additional attacks instead of 1. On top of this, Angel gets a massive spellbook. Of course, you have no way to combine this spellbook, so spell progression will be slow, but over time you get some fantastic options. At spell level 3, you get Shield from Demonkind, which is an upgrade over Shield of Faith, providing a slightly better deflection bonus to AC, while also dealing damage to any demons that attack you. At spell level 6, you get Aegis of the Faithful, which will apply Shield, Shield of Faith, protection from arrows, displacement, and resist elements on your character for 1 minute per level. This is not only a great defensive spell, it also increases your quality of life if you're not using the bubble buffs mod and have to apply all the necessary mods manually. Ward of Weakness is another great option, providing immunity to fatigue, exhaustion, nauseated, sickened, disease, poison, ability damage, and ability drain. At spell level 7, you get a communal version of this power. Spell level 7 also provides Sunmarked, which will give your attacks an additional 1d6 holy damage per 4 caster levels, and any creature that strikes you is dealt 1d6 points of fire damage plus 1 per caster level. Spell level 8, you get Avenger's Blessing, which provides the divine power, holy aura, and greater heroism buffs for 1 round per caster level. Absolutely fantastic both offensively and defensively, so you'll definitely want to use this. At spell level 9, you get Fortress of the Faithful, which is the communal version of Aegis of the Faithful and a must-have spell. Overall, Angel is another strong choice, providing a massive boost in your offensive capabilities and the defensive capabilities of your entire team. Personally, to roleplay this, I would play as Beast Boy, a Teen Titan who is known for attacking with claws, changing it to different animals, and putting his life on the line to protect innocent people. Next up, we have Azata. They get a Dragon Companion who can serve as an off-tank and help take pressure off a frontline shifter build. You'll also get superpowers that provide special abilities. Incredible Might will provide a bonus to attack and damage equal to your mythic rank, and force enemies to pass a fortitude save whose DC scales off your strength modifier. If they fail the check, a host of different statuses can occur, ranging from being stunned to flat out dying. Supersonic Speed puts you constantly under the haste effect and provides a 20% miss chance on all melee and ranged attacks against you. Targeted spells have a 10% miss chance, and all damage from area effects is cut in half, even if it has already been cut in half by you passing the necessary save. Life Bonding Friendship will give you 2 teamwork feats that are shared with the entire team. In addition, allies will continue to fight even when their health drops below 0. After the encounter, they will fall dead, or if they are hit a number of times equal to your charisma modifier while in this state, they will also fall dead. Impacted party members can be revived by Breath of Life or a similar effect. Azatas also get songs added to their list. Song of Heroic Resolve will add a luck bonus to your party's saving throws equal to half your mythic rank, while also healing them when they make a successful saving throw. Song of Courageous Defender will force all enemies within 50 feet to pass a will save or attack each other. The DC for that save is based on your character level, mythic rank, and highest ability modifier, so the fact you are not a spellcaster does not matter. Finally, Azata has a few useful spell options for shifters. At spell level 2, Ode to Miraculous Magic doesn't help you, but its +4 morale bonus on checks to overcome spell resistance and +2 DCs on will saves is absolutely beneficial to your caster allies. At spell level 3, Believe in Yourself will provide you a bonus of up to +4 to one of your attributes. Morale bonuses to attributes is very rare, so this will almost certainly stack with what you already have. Good Hope is a communal upgraded version of heroism that might be useful to you. Optimistic Smile removes all fear, compulsion, confusion, shaken, and frightened effects from all creatures within 30 feet, which could be a lifesaver if a devastating crowd control effect caught your team off guard. At spell level 4, Deadly Beauty will attack enemies for up to 24 points of piercing damage every time they complete a successful melee attack against you. At spell level 5, Morale Support will provide a bonus of up to +3 to your party's saving throws. Second Breath restores all your party's ability uses to their maximum amount, which is obviously a big help for shifters, especially if they didn't prioritize bumping up Wisdom. At spell level 6, Protection of Nature gives all attacks against your party a 50% miss chance. You also become immune to cold damage, and enemies suffer sonic damage when they attempt to cast spells against you. At spell level 7, Heroes Never Surrender removes fatigue, exhaustion, all negative levels, and restores all ability and spell slots up to level 7 for your entire party. Bananas! Unbreakable Bond gives your entire party immunity to Mind Effect, Charm, Fear, compulsion, emotion, shaken, and confusion effects. Allies within 10 feet also get +3 bonus on their saving throws and a small amount of damage resistance. Overall, Azata is a beast of a Mythic Path that can definitely help any shifter build. To roleplay this, I would stick with the Bear Major form and play as Baloo from the Jungle Book, a carefree, fun-loving character who deeply values friendship and is always willing to step up to protect his friends. Next is Demon. Close to the Abyss will provide you a gore attack whose damage scales off your strength score. You do not have to choose Demon to select this ability, but they clearly go together, so I'm mentioning it here, and another natural attack certainly doesn't hurt. Over time, being a Demon will make you immune to poisons and electricity. They also get Demonic Rage, which provides a bonus of up to +4 to attack rolls, damage rolls, and reflex saving throws. Demonic Charge teleports you to one location while also doing 2d6 unholy damage in a 10-foot radius at the beginning and end of your teleport. Outside of Death from Above, I think this is the most fun to use movement ability in the entire game. You'll also get Demonic Claws, which provide 2 primary claw attacks that scale off your strength. At Mythic level 7, all of your natural attacks become primary, which means they use your full attack bonus. In addition, they ignore the damage reduction of demons and get a +2 enhancement bonus. This is all a big deal and will greatly assist your shifter build. On top of these mechanics, demons get aspects, which will activate during a demonic rage and provide a host of different buffs for your party while debuffing enemies. Aspect of Succubus provides a bonus of up to +3 on attack and will saves, giving enemies a debuff in those same stats and making your party immune to compulsion and fear effects. Aspect of Shear will increase your melee attack roll by up to +4, and you get Powerful Charge, which increases the damage dice you roll when successfully completing a charge attack by 2. It will also apply an additional 1.5 of your strength bonus to the damage from charge. You should be charging quite a bit as a shifter, so this is phenomenal. Aspect of Incubus provides a bonus of up to +6 to weapon damage rolls. If you are playing as a Manticore, Aspect of Rock will increase your ranged damage rolls. For those of you playing with the Fey Form shifter, Aspect of Babu will increase your sneak attack damage. Starting at Mythic level 9, you can select a Demon Lord aspect, such as Pazuzu, which increases your speed during a demonic rage and gives you one additional attack that stacks with haste. Areskagal will give all attacks against you a 50% miss chance. Finally, Deskari will make all of your physical damage ignore physical damage immunity or reduction. This is very useful against swarms or other specialized enemies. Demons also get access to a spellbook. At spell level 2, Blood Haze provides a haste effect that you can extend by killing enemies. Flames of the Abyss will make up to 5 attacks do up to an additional 10d6 unholy damage. At spell level 4, Abyssal Skin will increase your natural armor bonus to AC and provides additional damage reduction. At spell level 5, Life Bane will make your weapon +5 Living Bane, which allows it to do extra damage against living opponents. Demon Spellbook doesn't help you much, but the aspects and buffs to natural weapons are fantastic. To roleplay on this path, I would go with the Clown, or his more famous form that he morphs into, the Violator. This evil demonic creature is famous for its huge terrifying mouth, allowing it to attack with razor-sharp teeth along with its deadly claws. Next on the list is Devil. You'll get Wings, which provides a +3 dodge bonus to AC against melee attacks and immunity to ground-based effects. Devil provides decrees and seals that buff you or your allies. Decree of Never-Ending War lets you, with a swift action, force all enemies in a 50-foot radius to attack indiscriminately unless they can pass a will save whose DC is based on your character level, mythic rank, and highest ability modifier. Therefore, this ability can be very useful even though you aren't a spellcaster. You also get decrees that allow you with a swift action to increase the caster level and saving throw difficulty class of spells in a specific school. This can be very useful if you have party members like Nanio, whose illusion spells will greatly benefit from this boost. Finally, Seal of Reflective Mind allows you to automatically succeed when making a saving throw against illusion or enchantment spells, and you'll reflect the same spell back at the caster with the DC increased by half your mythic rank. Shifters get low will saves, so this could potentially be useful in your build. Overall, in my opinion, Devil is the weakest option on this list, and as I have mentioned before, I am not crazy about its mechanics. Of course, keep in mind you would be mixing these with mechanics from Aeon or Azata, so obviously that might change your perspective. As far as role-playing this path, I would probably go the Azata route to create Mephisto, an immortal evil enemy who acquires souls through pacts, can shift into different forms, and is commonly referred to as the Devil. Next on the list we have Gold Dragon. You gain Wings, which provides a +3 dodge bonus to AC and immunity to ground-based effects. Gold Dragon is another path with a strong list of immunities, protecting you from poison, disease, fear, confusion, paralysis, sleep, and mind-affecting effects. You will also gain spell resistance equal to 15 plus your character level, plus half your mythic rank, and you'll get resistance to all energy damage equal to your character level plus half your mythic rank. If any of your saving throws are less than 5 plus your mythic rank, then you get a bonus up to that number. If any of your attributes before modifiers are less than 18, you get a bonus up to that number as well. All your hit dice become D12, and your highest attribute score gains a +2 bonus. Finally, all of your weapons count as having a +5 enhancement. This potentially removes the need for you to wear a necklace that provides a similar effect for your natural weapons. That's an absolutely staggering list of bonuses, and Gold Dragon will undoubtedly make you much stronger. To roleplay this path, I would go with Villain Tretinmouth, one of 2 remaining gold dragons in the Witcher universe, and someone who is unable to use conventional weapons. Instead, he walks around with 2 female bodyguards for protection and other necessities. Alright, now let's get into the Legend path, which increases your level cap to 40 while significantly reducing how much XP it costs to level up. All of your ability scores will increase by 4. From a combat perspective, there's a strong case to be made that Legend will help your shifter more than any other Mythic path. You can plug all the defensive and spellcasting gaps very easily by just picking up another class that will help you. Or you could double down on what Shifter does best and create an ultimate fearsome martial character. It's hard for me to think of a better way to roleplay this class than popping out your claws and playing as Wolverine. He doesn't have the awe-inspiring mythic abilities of his peers, and yet still, through sheer determination, he's the best there is at what he does. Quick note before we review the last 3 Mythic Paths. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate you hitting the like button. This information lets me know which videos the community is enjoying. If you want to support this kind of content, please consider becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate all of the support. Next on the list is one of my personal favorites, Lich. Liches get a skeletal champion who can be built as an archer to help whittle down enemies before they reach your shifter. You can also give him some cleric or bard abilities to help fill your spellcasting gaps. Lord Beyond the Grave will grant all the undead allies in your party a bonus to strength, dexterity, and charisma. You will also gain Lich powers which grant special abilities. Death Rush adds 1d6 points of damage per mythic rank to any charge or combat maneuver you successfully complete. This is useful for all shifters, but forms like Wolf or Tiger that have combat maneuvers will most especially benefit. Fear Control gives you a profane bonus to attack and damage against frightened creatures. Profane bonuses are extremely rare, so this will almost certainly stack with what you have. Decaying Touch causes your natural attacks to deal 1d6 plus your mythic rank points of unholy damage, and it applies 1 point of ability damage to strength. Fey form shifters could potentially benefit from Tainted Sneak Attack, which forces enemies to pass a Fortitude saving throw. If they fail, they become vulnerable to all damage and suffer a -2 penalty on attack and damage rolls. Liches also get access to a massive spellbook. At spell level 3, Power from Death lets you, with a swift action, gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls, saving throws, and damage rolls for every dead creature in a 30-foot radius. If the bonus is +3 or higher, you are also hasted. If you are playing on core or above, the game loves throwing large groups at you, so this could be a massive buff. At spell level 4, Eyes of the Bodak gives each enemy a negative level every round. Even more useful is Vampire Blade, which adds extra damage to your weapon while healing you for the same amount with every attack. At spell level 5, Repurpose lets you, with a swift action, tag an enemy for undead servitude. If the enemy dies while the spell is active, they will be revived as an undead creature under your command. At spell level 6, Bone Shield will give you a +6 shield bonus to your AC and make you immune to critical hits. Absolutely must have and a fantastic addition to your build. False Grace will give you and your allies a large increase in temporary hit points. Remember that temporary hit points from different sources stack. Siphon Time will allow you to cast haste on your allies and slow on your enemies with a standard action, which once again is a very powerful 1-2 punch. At spell level 9, you get Negative Eruption, which is a mass harm spell. Harm heals your undead allies while harming living foes. Keep in mind that unlike the standard version of Harm, this version's damage is not capped at caster level 15. It also provides your undead team a +2 bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, will saving throws, and twice your caster level in temporary hit points. Overall, Lich is another monster mythic path that will greatly help your shifter whether they are ranged or frontline fighter. To roleplay this path, I would select the Rage Form archetype and play as Solomon Grundy, an infamous villain from Batman's Rogue Gallery. He fights with his fist and is considered to be essentially an immortal zombie. Next up, we have the mythic path only the strong are willing to take, Swarm. This path will provide you with fast healing and additional hit points depending on the size of your swarm. Swarm provides immunity to attacks of opportunity and any statuses affecting a normal body, such as poison, disease, paralysis, and stun. You'll gain damage reduction and your strength and dexterity scores increase to 4 plus your swarm size. When all of the swarm is in your body, all your attacks deal an additional 4 plus your swarm size damage, and your melee attacks deal 4 plus your swarm size d6 points of damage. By mythic level 9, you'll be able to have 2 clones of yourself that have the exact same build. Overall, Swarm is a very strong path, but I wouldn't recommend it for shifters. You do not have any spellcasting ability, and that period where you are playing solo will be very challenging depending on what difficulty you are playing on. It will be a little easier with clones, but unless you have a huge stack of potions and scrolls that cover all the necessary buffs, this playthrough is probably going to be pretty difficult. But if you are determined to go this route, to roleplay the path, I would recommend Venom. This famous symbiote wants to devour everything, attacks with his claws, and has a family of other symbiotes that are offshoots of him. Last but certainly not least on the list is Trickster. Bit of Fun will allow you to cast Mirror Image on yourself a limited number of times per day. Mirror Image is a fantastic defensive buff for your shifter, and since you don't have a spellbook, this is pretty much the only way you will get access to it outside of the spells that Trickster provides. You do not have to be a Trickster to take Bit of Fun, but they clearly go together, so I mention it here. Tricksters get access to 3 ranks of mythic tricks that apply to every skill in the game. Some of these are absolutely game-breaking, such as Persuasion Rank 2, which causes you to automatically attempt to demoralize all enemies at the start of combat, except enemies who fail their save become paralyzed instead of just shaken. Perception Rank 2 opens up new unique feats that make your critical attack stronger and allows them to trigger more often. Stealth Rank 2 will allow you to use greater invisibility as a move action, while Use Magic Device Rank 3 will give you a spellbook, and you can use scrolls to add more spells just like a wizard. There's honestly way too many awesome possibilities to go over here. Bottom line, regardless of what type of shifter build you are trying to make, Trickster can help you and you'll have a ton of fun with the mechanics. As far as role-playing the path, I take the Faeform archetype, which looks absolutely terrifying, and then play it as the equally terrifying Predator. A physically imposing and cunning creature, it is armed with mysterious advanced gadgets that it uses to hide in stealth and lash out when victims least expect it. That completes my overview of how every mythic path can be used while you are playing as a shifter. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. Take care.